Now comes ideal and non-ideal solutions. All right, and their properties, etc. For ideal solutions, these things are important. For ideal solutions, this delta H mixing is 0, delta V mixing is 0, and since it is ideal or even if it is non-ideal, you should be careful. These two things are common. Delta G is negative and delta S is positive. All right, these two things you must remember. And for ideal solutions, delta H mixing is 0, delta V mixing 0, and AB interaction is nearly equal to AA or BB interaction. These things you must remember. This is common. These 2 points are common. We will discuss later. And for ideal solutions, P of solution, this we are discussing for mixing of two liquids. P solution is equal to P0A x of A plus P0B x of B. All right. For ideal solutions, or you can say P solution is equal to PA plus PB. What is PA? Vapor pressure of liquid A in solution, and PB is vapor pressure of liquid B in solution. Alright. Suppose we are given 2 moles of benzene, and its vapor pressure is say suppose 640 mm. Alright. It is mixed with the 2 moles of toluene. Alright, its vapor pressure is 600 mmHg. Question is, what is the vapor pressure of solution? This we have to calculate, and we have to also calculate mole fraction of benzene in vapor phase. All right, now see, it is P of solution is equal to P0A. Suppose this we are using P0A x of A plus P0B x of B. This we are using for toluene, suppose. Alright, this we are using for benzene. Alright, so P0A toluene, it is 600 into, it is number of mole fraction of toluene will be number of moles of benzene upon total number of moles. Alright, that is 1 by 2. Plus this is 640 into 2 by 4, that is 0.5. So this is 300 plus 320, that is equal to 620. This is the vapor pressure of solution. Alright, this is the vapor pressure of solution. And now if you want to calculate mole fraction of benzene in vapor phase. Alright, vapor phase, this is given by P0B x of B divided by P of solution. So this you should be careful. This is mole fraction. See, we initially, what was the mole fraction of benzene? 0.5. Alright, 2 by 4, that is 1 by 2, that is 0.5. Okay, that is in the solution. Alright, now the point is, since the vapor pressure of benzene is more, that means the escaping tendency of benzene is also more, and in vapor phase we will be having greater number of moles of benzene. So this is now 320. Alright, this is 320 divided by 620. So see, it is now 32 by 62. It is more than 0.5. So this is it. So these kind of questions are asked in examination. And then comes non-ideal solutions. Alright, non-ideal solutions. In non-ideal solutions, again you should be careful. Delta G mixing is negative and delta S mixing is positive. Alright, whether it is positive deviation or negative deviation, there are two cases. One is positive deviation, one is negative deviation. For positive deviation, delta H mixing is positive, Second, delta S mixing is positive. Alright, then AB interaction is less than AA or BB interaction. Alright, and this PA is greater than P0A x of A, whatever Raoult expects, that is P0A x of A is greater, means we will be having greater value. Whatever Raoult expect, we will be having more value in case of positive deviation. And PB is greater than P0B x of B. And they form low BP azeotropes. These are the points. Alright. Whereas for negative deviation, this delta H mixing becomes negative, delta S mixing becomes negative, this AB interaction is greater than, alright, for negative deviation, and PA is less than, PB is less than, and they form high BP azeotropes. Alright. Means when two liquids are mixed, we are getting higher vapor pressure. So we know that vapor pressure is inversely proportional to boiling point. So vapor pressure increases, that means boiling point decreases. So positive deviation cases, they form low BP azeotrope, and negative deviation cases, they form high BP azeotropes. Alright, so these cases are important. And then comes elevation in boiling point. So we know that when a non-volatile solute is added, when a foreign particle is added, what happens to vapor pressure? Vapor pressure decreases. And since vapor pressure is inversely proportional to boiling point will increase. So this is at elevation in boiling point. Whenever a non-volatile solute is dissolved in volatile liquid, its vapor pressure decreases and boiling point increases, and the relation is delta TB is equal to KB into M. Delta TB is equal to KB into M. Alright, initially we got this P0A minus PA upon P0A is equal to X of B. Alright, now we are getting this relation. Delta TB is elevation in boiling point, KB is called ebullioscopic constant or Moulal elevation constant, and M dash is molality. For water, this value is 0.52. Alright, this you must remember. Then comes depression in freezing point. Whenever a non-volatile solute is dissolved in volatile liquid, its freezing point decreases. Alright, which is called depression and freezing point, and the relation is delta TF is equal to KF into M. KF is Moulal depression constant. Its value for water is around 1.86. The unit is also important, Kelvin, kilogram per mole. For KB and KF, the unit also you must remember. Alright. And then comes osmotic pressure, osmosis. When a solvent is separated from a solution with a semi-permeable membrane, you can use K4FeCN6. Eggshell means the soft under the shell of egg there is a soft membrane, that is again that can be used, or urinary bladder of pig can be used, or cellulose acetate can be used as a semi-permeable membrane. So when these solvent and solution are separated, we observe movement of solvent particles from solvent to solution. Or if you use a dilute solution and a concentrated solution, we will observe movement of solvent particles from dilute to concentrated solution. This is called osmosis. And if we exert some pressure, external pressure over the surface of concentrated solution, or in this case over the surface of solution, and it will stop the process of osmosis, then we can say this external pressure is equal to osmotic pressure. and the relation which we get is pi is equal to mRT, or molarity is W upon M RT by V. Alright, T is absolute temperature, R is solution constant, that is whose value is equal to gas constant. Small w mass of solute, M is molar mass of solute, V is volume of solution, capital M is molarity. Alright, so these are the relations which we get. Alright, and then comes van Tost factor I. Van Tost factor I must be included in case of if the solute undergoes dissociation or association. Means in all these formulas, delta TB equal to KB into M, it becomes I into KB into M, or delta TF is equal to I into KF into M, or P0A minus PA, that is equal to I into X of B, similarly I into MRT. So this factor must be included in case if the solute is dissociated or associated. Alright, this van Tost factor, and it is related to degree of dissociation as alpha is equal to I minus 1 upon eta minus 1. Eta is a number of particles after dissociation or after association. Like for NaCl it is 2, for CaCl2 it is 3, for AlCl3 it is 4, for K4FeCN6 it is 5, means CaCl2 2 plus 1 3. Alright, for NaCl it is 1 plus 1 2, for AlCl3 3 plus 1 4, K4FeCN6 4 plus 1 5. So this is the total number of expected particles. And if if solute particles undergo association, like two molecules associate AB whole twice, alright, then the value of eta becomes 1 by 2, that is dimerization. In case of trimerization, it becomes AB whole thrice, and this is 1 by 3, like that. Alright. So this and I eta factor is clear. Alpha is degree of dissociation. And now in case of dissociation, this I is greater than 1. Alright, and I can never be, maximum value of I can be equal to eta, it can never exceed eta. Alright, and I is greater than 1 in case of dissociation, and in case of 100% dissociation I becomes equal to eta. In case of association I is less than 1. Alright, and again in case of 100% association I becomes equal to eta. So like suppose we are given some questions like CaCl2 is say 40% dissociated. What is the value of I? Calculate the value of I. Then this alpha is 40 by 100. Alright, 40 by 100. So this is equal to 0.4. That is equal to I minus 1. And what is the value of eta? 2 plus 1 3. 3 minus 1 2. 2 into 0.4 0.8, and I becomes 1.8. Alright. And say suppose CaCl2 is 100% dissociated, then alpha becomes 1. So 1 equal to I minus 1, and this is 3 minus 1. To 2 into 1 2, and then I is equal to 2 plus 1 3. See, I becomes equal to eta. Alright. So in case of dissociation, I is greater than 1. And now suppose acetic acid, suppose CH3COH, it undergoes association. CH3COH whole twice, and calculate value of say it is say suppose 60% associated. It is 60% associated. Calculate the value of I. Alright. So we will calculate like this. I is equal to means alpha is equal to I minus 1 and eta minus 1. 60% associated, it is 0.6 I minus 1, and eta See, if it is not mentioned that it is dimerized or trimerized, we will assume it is dimerized. So it is 2 minus 1. Oh, I'm sorry, 0 1 by 2, that is 0.5 minus 1. So we get 0.6 equal to I minus 1 minus 0.5, or this is minus 0.3, that is equal to I minus 1, or I is equal to 0.7. It is less than 1. And in case of 100% association, I becomes equal to eta, that is 0.5. So you should know how to calculate I. All right.